Hey, got a super fun one for you today. Today we're talking the top 5 most popular neighborhoods in Denver. Hey, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. I've got a super jam-packed video for you today, so you're going to want to stick around to the end, especially because the last neighborhood I'm talking about might be the most affordable. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, that way you won't miss a video. So I put out 2 new videos a week and they've got some great content, so you're going to want to check them out. Now, today's video is jam-packed with a bunch of information about the top 5 neighborhoods that you should know about when moving to Denver, Colorado. I lived in a couple of these myself, and I've got to tell you, they all have some really good things going for them. The first neighborhood we're going to check out is the Highlands, and the more popular part of the Highlands, Lohi, is actually a big part of this neighborhood now, so we're going to talk about it all. All right, the Highlands is located just northwest of Denver, and there's actually a walking bridge that will take you from the Highlands into downtown. So super easy access to everything. Plus, like I mentioned, Lohi is the more up-and-coming portion of the Highlands, and that's where you've got a whole bunch of shops, restaurants, stuff to do, super walkable. So Lohi is where it's at. It's where I spent a lot of my time the first 3 years because I lived a neighborhood over, so highly recommend. Price point of this neighborhood is going to be about $1 million, but there is some variety in there if you get a smaller, older home versus if you've got a scrape total rebuild, that's maybe $2 million now. But a lot of variety in there, but definitely pushing the high price points just because it's so close to downtown. It's super convenient. It's super walkable neighborhood, and even though there's so much going on, it's still like pretty quiet at night, so we like that. Now, the style of home in the Highlands is going to be a little bit older, right? This is one of the first neighborhoods developed around downtown, so they're always a little bit older in that regards. There's actually a historic district, and a lot of the homes were built in the 1900s, so a lot of renovations have been done, but a lot of them, if they're too beat up, they've been scraped, and we've put in some new builds. So you're going to find a variety of old and new. One of the main strips in the Highlands is going to be 32nd Avenue. So on 32nd Avenue, you're going to find a ton of restaurants and shops, lots of stuff to do, super walkable, and that kind of blends into Lohi, where you're going to hit Little Man Ice Cream, you're going to hit Postino's, Recess Beer Garden, a lot of really cool places, Linger. So there's just a ton of stuff to do right in that little area. And like I said, from those little places, you can hop right across the bridge and end up downtown. The second neighborhood we're going to talk about is Sloan's Lake, and this is one of my favorite neighborhoods. It's actually where I'm at right now. The lake's right behind me, and the homes here also have a wide variety, kind of blends in from the Highland style, but you're going to get some bigger houses around the lake, and a lot of those have been redone because we want those $2-3 million houses with the lake views. It's just beautiful. A lot of the older houses are in big lots, but they're really small homes. So what the builders are doing is they're scraping those where they're kind of rebuilding and revamping everything. So you're going to see a lot of lots where they've scraped the home and then built a brand new duplex. The luxury duplexes here are awesome. We're talking like $1-2 million per side. And we've also got a lot of townhomes going up. Actually almost purchased a townhome in Sloan's Lake because I did live near the lake for the first 3 years when I moved to Denver, and I thought the location was amazing. I was actually right in between the Highlands and Sloan's Lake in a neighborhood called Jefferson Park, and from there I could access downtown, Lohi, and Sloan's Lake daily, and it was a beautiful thing. So highly recommend. So either one of these neighborhoods are going to be ideal location-wise if you like to get out and do a bunch of stuff, especially with the lake. If you're an outdoorsy person, you like to go for runs, the lake is perfect. The lake is actually 2.7 miles around, I believe. So when I used to live in Jefferson Park, I would run to the lake, which was a mile, run around it, which is about 3, and run home. So that was my 5-mile run that I did every day, training for marathons, that sort of thing. So pro tip, live at the lake if you want to go for runs. The median price point of Sloan's Lake is about $1.2 million. There's a lot of variety there, right? So if you end up in a townhome, those could be in the 600s, but then if you have a new build on the lake, that could be $2 or $3 million. So a lot of variety, a lot of good looking places, great place to be. All right, the third neighborhood is Washington Park, but the locals call it Wash Park, so don't get it wrong. Wash Park is the biggest park in Denver. It's beautiful. There's a lot of water features, a lot of grass, a lot of room to hang out and play. And you know, if you end up there anytime in the summer, actually year-round people hang out there, but definitely in the summer you're going to see loads of volleyball courts, loads of people playing sports. There's tennis courts. You can walk your dog, you can rollerblade around the lake. They've got designated lanes for people to ride their bike in or walk in. It's just a beautiful thing, and you have to visit Wash Park if you come here. If you want to live there, it's going to be a little expensive because you pay a price for that beautiful park. So average price point in Wash Park is about $1.5 million, and the homes are worth it. You've got a lot of older homes again, but again, it's such a desirable place that they're renovating the neighborhood like crazy. So lots of remodels, lots of scrapes, lots of brand new homes. A lot of it is going to be single family. There's really not too many apartments or condos or townhouses going up over there. Some, but not a ton, mostly single family homes. A large majority of Wash Park is residential, so you're not gonna have a ton of restaurants or shops or things like that that you can walk to. There's a strip with a few things on it for sure, but it's not like you wouldn't be able to spend every day there. So you're gonna need a car to get out and drive to some other places, but there's a lot of stuff nearby. It's really close to DU campus, so you're gonna have, you know, a lot of stuff over there to choose from. Now, you might fall in love with Wash Park, just like a lot of people do, but I will tell you it is a little bit challenging to find a home in Wash Park just because they're few and far between, right? It's so desirable that not that many people are selling their houses, and if they are, that price point is up there a little bit. But if you can get in, amazing place to be. Neighborhood number 4. If you've heard anything about Denver, you've probably heard about Cherry Creek. It's one of the most desirable neighborhoods in Denver, and for good reason. It has a ton of stuff going on. It's super walkable, and it's beautiful. Price point there at 1.8, so we're getting up there. You know, some people refer to it as the Rodeo Drive of Colorado, right? So why is Cherry Creek so desirable? Well, for one, location's fantastic. It's just down Spear Boulevard, south of downtown. Really easy access. There's actually a Cherry Creek Trail that you can ride your bike straight into downtown. I used to do that, and I used to run it all the time. But aside from that, it's got a lot of boutique restaurants, boutique shops. You've got the shopping mall. You've got a lot of upscale, fine dining, that sort of thing. It's just got really high vibes, if you will. And it's also home to a lot of businesses. So a lot of businesses down there, a lot of pretty buildings. It's just very nice and clean and beautiful. Along with those businesses, you've got a few higher rise buildings. So there are some really nice luxury condos over there. And that's kind of one of the draws to Cherry Creek, right? You kind of get that elevation, you can see further, you've got some nice views, and just some really modern buildings. Amazing neighborhood to be in, a lot going on, very walkable, very friendly, very inviting. So what else can I say? Fifth and final neighborhood of the day, Park Hill. Park Hill is huge, okay? That's why it's on my list for the most popular neighborhoods, just because a lot of people can live in Park Hill. It's a big area. Since it's located on the east side, it's also great for those people that do a lot of travel, just because you're that much closer to DIA. A huge benefit to living in Park Hill is that it sits right next to City Park, and so many activities go on at City Park, I can't even tell you. They've got food trucks there, they do concerts, they've got the zoo, they've got, you know, marathon runs that start and end there, so just tons of stuff to do at the park. A lot of sports teams play their games there too. So if you're involved in like a kickball team, a softball team, volleyball team, they're gonna have set up there and you're gonna make a lot of friends. But Park Hill itself is sectioned into 3 different areas, and South Park Hill is a little bit different than the rest of them, I'd say, just because it's closer to a lot of the shops and dining. So that price point is a little bit higher, but overall price point Park Hill is about $635. So pretty reasonable. South Park Hill median price point's almost $1 million, but overall in Park Hill, you're going to see prices in the 600s. Let's talk style of home in Park Hill. So it being one of the oldest neighborhoods in Denver, you're going to have some of those older homes, smaller homes with some big lots. You're actually going to find a lot of duplexes, maybe like 2-bed, 1-bath, a lot of them completely renovated. Great if you want to buy investment properties, or great if you want to live in one side. They might be in the 400s right now, so very affordable. You're also going to find a lot of single family homes. You're going to have tree-lined streets, which is great. And pretty much the whole neighborhood is houses. So you're not really going to find any bars and restaurants in between there. It's just going to be full-on neighborhood. So if you like that feel, it's great for that. All right, that's a wrap on Denver's top 5 most popular neighborhoods 2023. If you'd like more details on any of these neighborhoods, please reach out. I would love to share more of my knowledge and what I know. And remember, I am a licensed broker in the state of Colorado, so as much as I love giving this information to you guys, I love more to help you with your real estate needs. So if you're thinking about making a move, let's chat, let's connect. Here's my information popping up below. Save that phone number, send me a text, shoot me an email anytime. I'm here to help. Catch you on the next one.